Hello and welcome. This is Wendy. This is my second week of my 12 Weeks of Christmas series, and we are going to be using the Stitched Shapes, these large letter dies, which I absolutely love. As long as I live, I will never get rid of these because they're fantastic. And then I've got a bunch of pieces I've already cut and prepped here for you. So we're going to go over the sizes of all of those. I've got Mossy Meadow cardstock, 3 pieces cut at 4x4. I've got Farmhouse Designer Series paper cut at 3.5 by 3.5. There's 3 of those. And I've got Gold Glimmer paper cut at 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. There's 3 of those. And then I've got Cherry Cobbler stitched squares, 3 of them, and it's the square that measures 2 5/8 by 2 5/8. So basically, this is so super simple to make. It just needs a few little tips for assembly. So that's what I'm going to show you today. And I thought we would just chit chat a little. So if you are familiar with my channel, you know that these videos are exclusive to only those who have subscribed to my email list. And let's talk about that for a minute real quick with the project. I'm basically putting Post-it note tape down to make sure that my squares don't move. And if you notice on my grid mat, I've got them separated an inch. So they've got like square, you can see they're evenly separated and they're all lined up. So you could use grid paper for this. You could use anything with a graph, basically will allow you to do this. So for the ribbon, I'm lining up my glue to go along the same line all the way across my grid. And then I'm going to adhere my ribbon or my burlap, I should say. I love this striped burlap ribbon. It is beautiful. By the way, before we go any further, all the materials I've used to create this are listed in the video below, or in the description below the video. They're also listed over on my blog. And so if you want to purchase any of these, you can purchase them through my online store at shoplovinstampin.com. Okay, so I'm just putting the ribbon down, and now I can add my next layers. It's going to take me just a little bit to do that, but I wanted to add a little bit of weight to this to let it adhere really well. So I just took clear blocks and put them down there. Now we are going to add the next layer, and I'm going to put those up on dimensionals. So I did that off camera because, frankly, putting dimensionals on and peeling the backing is a kind of a tedious, slow process. And if you notice, I did put the dimensionals on either side of this piece of designer series paper. I did a lot of them, but in the center there, I didn't put it where there would be burlap because I didn't want the burlap to cause the paper to be uneven. So that worked out perfect. Now I just have to do the rest of my layers. So while I'm doing that, I just have to tell you this little story. We're almost finished with all of our house remodeling, and it's been going great. I'm getting ready to leave. If you're watching this on Friday, October 12th, I'm getting ready to leave tomorrow to go to Disneyland. And while I'm gone, my husband and his friend are tearing a gigantic window out of our house and putting in a big sliding glass door. So when I come home, there'll be a sliding glass door. So now let me tell you the part that's giving me complete and utter anxiety. I'm scared to death that they are not going to cover things with plastic and make sure that they minimize the amount of dust and dirt flowing through the house. And I'm going to come home to a home filled with sheetrock, dirt, and God knows what else. So anyway, today, as I'm filming this and recording this, there are people here staining our deck and getting that all finished. So I'm insanely excited about that and that that's happening because that means I can finally decorate. So you see, the things that I care about are all aesthetic. My husband always says, you don't care about things that boys care about. And I'm like, yeah, because I'm not a boy. And it is so true. We have such different priorities, people. It's not even funny. As far as this whole remodel, like my husband looks at everything. Is it functional? That's all I really care about. And I'm like, but is it going to be pretty? So yeah, it's been interesting. I will say, if you struggle in your marriage at all, don't remodel. Like, we have a pretty good, strong, healthy marriage, and or at least I think. And the remodel has been stressful on us, very much so. And a lot of it comes down to exactly what I just said. There's just such a difference between our priorities and what one thinks is important and which the other doesn't. I don't know. So you'll have to watch my video on my little Santa bags to hear. It's was my Wednesday video, to hear a funny story about my husband and I and our interesting differences. So this is pretty much done. I just have to add a few little parts. So I'm going to flip this piece down in the back so that I've got a loop here. And I thought, excuse me, I thought the best way to do that, I was trying to make up my mind how I wanted to do it. And you could have done this before I laid down the pieces, and then you wouldn't have anything showing on the back. But as it turned out, I thought it was kind of cute to have this little strip running all the way down the back of this top piece. I didn't think it looked bad at all. Now, side note, you could absolutely do something else on the back of here so that you had a reversible banner or wall hanging. And then you could just flip it over and have two different sides. Or you could do exactly the same thing on the back, and then no matter what side it was on, it would have the little joy thing. I'm lazy, however, so I felt like it was just good enough to do it on the one side. So the bottom here, I just need to do some trimming up and get it kind of looking cute here at the bottom. Some other ideas I had at the bottom is you could add some sort of bells if you were to hang this on a door, which is exactly where I'm going to hang this, is on our big red door. And of course, when it's Christmas time. And it would look really, really cute with some little bells, or you could add some snowflakes. I'm a clean and simple girl. I don't like a lot of stuff. So I just kept it very, very plain and simple, and I was super happy with it. Now, unfortunately, there was really no way for me to show you the whole banner upright in the video, so I kind of had to finagle it around a bunch of different ways for you to see the whole thing. Anyway, thank you so much for subscribing to my emails and for watching this video and staying in touch with me. Please comment, give me a thumbs up. Let me know how you like this. Let me know how you like the fact that it's exclusive to you for subscribing. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I will talk to you soon. I hope you have a great day. Click on the other images here to watch those videos.